Good morning, everybody. Maybe even good afternoon or good evening, depending when you're watching it. But, Kat, oh my gosh, it's a bit miserable in the UK today. It's rainy, it's windy, and we've had this for weeks. What's it like in sunny Newcastle? What's it like that?
Well, when we started this, when we're having a bit of a pre-chat, it was nice blue skies, but it's really clouded over in the last 10 minutes. So I think we're about to get whatever storm we've got. Yeah,
We're sending it up north. We're sending it up north. So look,
thanks.
today, we'll let people come in. I can see them coming in at the side. The point of today, another live. We're doing these lives every week, right up to conference, hopefully beyond. We have a special guest today, and the reason we're putting him in the green room is because when we bring him on live, Kat and I won't get a word in edgeways. He will he's a bundle of energy. We'll introduce him in a minute, but before we do, we need to get some important stuff out of the way, Kat, before we bring that. The master of ceremony himself, Mr. Griffiths, will join us in a second. So, Kat, today I thought you and I would chat about the awards. So we have now got to the point where we are nearly there with all our finalists. It's just been phenomenal with the amount that we've had. But wow, what a challenge for you and I and the 6 judges. Wow. We've had to go through over 350 nominations. We've had to read every line. And for a giggle, we'll give some of the comments from the judges in a little while about some of the challenges the judges have had as they've read. So if we could, let's have a quick chat about the awards themselves, Kat, before I bring Stuart in. So as a reminder, the process of nominations already happened. We've gone through now a shortlisting process. So everybody that's been shortlisted should have been made aware. The wonderful Paige joined me a week or so ago, and we announced all the shortlists. And Paige is still buzzing about that one, and I think we all are as well. We love it. But Kat, now we're going to get down to the finalist stage. So just talk us through what happened and what the key dates for people to listen to, please.
Yeah, so as Jamie said, the sheer volume of nominations and quality nominations at that. I mean, some of them are just unbelievable. The things people have achieved this year, absolutely fantastic. Making our jobs very, very difficult. Hence why it's taken us a little bit longer than we thought it was going to take to put the finalists together. But on the back of that, what we will do is we have an APTV next Friday, the 4th of October. So it'll be about lunchtime. So we'll go back to the lunchtime session, not the crack of dawn. Which seems to be allocated just for me. Paige got it easy the other week. And on the back of that, we'll announce the brands that have made the final. And then following that, you'll receive an email from me kind of in more detail about what you've been nominated in. And the idea is on the night of the gala dinner, that's when we're going to kind of announce the names of the finalists, just because there's been such fantastic engagement off the back of the shortlists. We just really want to keep those positive vibes going. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it when we finally get it down to the nitty gritty.
Well, look, Kat, you're absolutely right. So we had so many nominations, which is amazing, and we really think that that we support not only the industry but every organisation that's put themselves forward. We just love it. It's just purely amazing. The shortlist really it was so difficult to get to our shortlist, but at the same time, the finalists really that's the most challenging part, to take all those nominations and get them to a finalist list. And I think you're right. I think the way we're doing this year is slightly differently. We want everybody to, really support and celebrate. So next week, we will absolutely announce all the brands that have made the finals. Kat, you'll email everybody who have made those finals. You'll get an email from us, plus some social graphics you can share. And then on the evening, we want the shortlists. We want the finalists all in that room. We've got over 300 people already signed up to come to the conference gala dinner. Just for the gala dinner alone, we've got in excess of 450-ish, I think, people signed up for the day. So if you haven't got your ticket for day or night, I don't know. I don't think. Well, I'm going to get in massive trouble because they keep telling me stop getting tickets and selling tickets. But, it literally is deck chair moments. We've got deck chairs being brought in. We are officially sold out. But if you are, your award finalist from CAS and you haven't got your ticket, please reach out to Kat and we'll do what we can. Because the event has grown to an extraordinary level, we'll always try and fit people if we possibly can. But if I'm brutally honest, weeks ago, we officially sold out. But yeah, phenomenal. So just as a reminder, as Kat said, Next week, we will announce the finalists of all the brands. Kat will email everybody that has made the finalists, and huge congratulations to do that. Just a quick, before I bring in that Powerball that is Stuart Griffiths, just a reminder and a thank you to all our judges. So our judging panel consists of the amazing Mary Schaefer. A big shout out to Mary. She was first past the post, by the way. Her nominations came back first. She spent amazing time. Her commentary, her judging was amazing. Thank you so much for doing what you did, Mary. We had Scott Brown, Head of Shared Services for Halfords. Again, Scott, brilliant nominations. Thank you so much for all those, Scott. I know it must have took you forever and a day to go through those. But the wonderful Karen Young from Hayes Director. Thank you for being a judge this year, Karen. Again, as per last year, amazing. We had that guy called Brad Burton. And,
that shy guy, that really shy guy. Yeah.
That shy guy. And look, I cannot play on live broadcast what Brad's messages were to me because there was lots of F's and Jeffs and bleeps. But he was just blown away. He said to me he's never done so much reading in his life. He read every nomination, and he actually, what was amazing, Brad has gone to town. He really has put a lot of thought in who should win, who should get the runners up, etc. And he's put a lot of commentary in it. So yeah, it was hilarious. Maybe on gala dinner evening, I'll play some of the excerpts of his messages as he was going through the nominations.
He'll probably do it live.
He'll
probably do a live rendition.
But it honestly, it was amazing. Thank you, Brad Burton, and the other two judges, and myself and Kat. And thank you, Kat, because I know what a big task this was to go through. Okay, so there's the awards bit out. Let's bring in this guy. Well, I'm not going to sort of tell you too much about him. I'm going to let him tell you about himself. But let's bring in the one, the only, Mr. Stuart Griffiths. Stuart,
good morning,
young man. How are you? Well. You at the top there. Very good. Come on, Stuart, for anybody, because I can see them all chatting in this side, for anybody that doesn't know who Stuart Griffiths is, tell us who you are, young man, and where you work, and tell us a little bit about you, mate.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Stuart Griffiths. Been working in transactional finance now for 25 over 25 years now, running AP, AR teams and cash operations. And for me, I think currently I'm working within the private equity market or industry, based out between Jersey and London, jet setting backwards and forwards. So some of you might have seen a few posts at me at airports and bits and pieces, but tell you what, it's no fun traveling because it does grate you a little bit. Got us delayed last night, but that's another story. Anyway, running teams for some great brands I've worked for. My favorite one would have been the chocolate company where I got to eat a bar a day, green and black chocolate. I worked at White Stuff. I say ladies, but it's men's fashion as well. And I know you like your fashion, Jamie. So I would say I was a model. I wanted to be a model, but like Jamie, I'm vertically challenged. So I stuck to finance. I stuck to finance. But then I'm out here in northwest London's rainy Watford this morning. And had a role at a pharmaceutical company not too far away. And so, I've just been building teams, transforming the world of finance, using my, the people, the process, the technology, that's what I'm all about. And and taking people on that journey of transformation. And then one day the AP Association came along and I went, what is this? What is this about? And I just had to get involved. And I've been an advocate of you guys for so long now. I think I was at the first ever conference in Birmingham with the 50 people. And now look, what did you say? 300, 400 people, maybe
450. We stop counting, mate, when it gets past 400.
Yeah.
And then you've chucked on the end of an awards dinner as well. It's like, oh my gosh, I think what you guys have done in terms of elevating the industry and elevating and giving people that platform to talk like me and all the other influencers. And actually, it's about influencers. I bumped into an influencer. I reached out when I was in Jersey to Jersey Electric. I forget his name, sorry, but we had a chat. I think it's Stephen, maybe not. Anyway,
Scott.
A fellow Scott. There you go. I knew it would begin with an S. So another fellow influencer. We had a chat about life in AP and all the rest of it and his journey. So we haven't met for a beer yet, but we had a Zoom call, whatever, or a Teams call. So it's been good. And I think for me, doing things like this and reaching out to the other influencers and trying to maybe, give a little bit of inspiration to others to say, look, you too can do this. I'm just an average man, just trying to earn a living in this cold world, but for me, it's just more about spreading the word and trying to bring a different angle to the transactional world, I suppose. That's me.
And now you know why we brought you in late, because that was just Stuart. Can you tell me who you are? 10 minutes later. Stuart, you know what? I absolutely love you, mate. I think you brought such sunshine to our association. You've done so much for so many years. You really have. From dressing up, getting involved in awards, being on panels, being an influencer. So thank you. Now I'm going to stop you talking for a second, because the reason we brought you on is not because you're wonderful and you're an influencer, because you're coming on to tell us about a challenge that you're doing. And I'd like you to explain, one, what the challenge is, two, why you're doing the challenge. And then I'm going to go and explain that two 50-odd-year-old men, he's older than me a little bit, Stuart, only a little bit. So two 50-plus men, myself and Stuart, are going through a challenge, and how that then ultimately links and how it's inspired us, the association. So Stuart, tell us about what you're up to for the month of October and why it's so important to you.
Yeah, so what I'm doing, or technically what we're going to be doing, Jamie, as well. So what I'm doing is the push-up challenge. So it's 100 push-ups every day in October. Yeah, that's right, 100 push-ups a day. Now, it's not in one go, so that's a good thing. But the whole point is that you do 100. And I think for me, I suppose the backstory behind it is that I lost my mum a couple of years, 2021, and she had a form of cancer, and this charity that we're doing it for is cancer research. And so for me, it's relevant and it's close to it's close to my heart. And I thought, you know what, and how it came about was, I'm always on the social media, and Instagram is where I suppose where I live sometimes, of a weekend or when I'm on my downtime. And I kept getting these pop-ups about this cancer research, 100 push-ups. Now, my mum was a great fitness. She was a bodybuilder, and so if anybody's ever seen my phone, I've got a screenshot of her in her prime, right? And she was always talking about, and to get into that shape, I always think about consistency, and I always think about how you've got to, you've got to push yourself, and you've got to dedicate the time to do it, right? And so for me, I was just like, for the last few months now, I've got a new role out in Jersey, and I've been working very hard, and I have neglected I've neglected my body, but I say I've neglected my body. It's more neglected my mind, because I know the connection between exercise and mental health is real. And for me, I saw this and I thought this is an opportunity just to sort of re-kickstart that whole sort of gym thing. Now, you don't have to do this challenge in a gym, and in fact, they encourage you not to do it in a gym. So during the month, I will be posting. So my Instagram's an open account. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we can share that at some point. But I will be posting bits about me doing press ups in obscure places. I was talking about to Jamie. I said, Lidl supermarket. The big one for me is I've just been upgraded to the BA lounge, so I'm going to be doing it in the lounge. Right, I'm going to get some random punter to film me doing my press up. So it's going to happen, right? This is going to happen, and I'm going to go for it. And the reason why I'm going to film it, not so much every day, but it's that accountability. We've got to do it. We're doing it for a charity. We're doing it for a great cause, and so why not get fit? We're going to be looking, Mum's little Hercules, Jamie. Do you know what I mean? We're going to have the guns. We're going to be, it's going to be amazing. I don't think we're going to be in our prime on the day of the gala, but we'll be halfway there. We'll be halfway there at the conference. So and so hopefully along the way, we get us fitter, raising some money for charity, and it's for a cause that's close to my heart. So I think those are the three main things for me that are driving me, and I'm really looking forward to doing it along with you, Jamie. So
perfect. Well, look, Stuart. So for those that got that, hopefully you did. Stuart's doing the 100 press up a day, in the month, a day challenge for Cancer Research UK. We will share below this link Stuart's funding page. Quite foolishly, I don't know. I was coerced. Stuart coerced me, and the team here coerced me. I'm going to follow along with Stuart and hopefully try and keep up with that young man's progress. We're doing it together. We're doing it for the whole month of October. We'll share our link as well, so both links will be there. Every year we always support a charity. And this year, as the association during our conference and gala dinner, this will be our charity of choice. And because the team and the marketing team here, so this is great. This is what an opportunity. I know. We'll get Jamie and Stuart. We'll give them a few glasses of champagne. We'll feed them lots of food. And you know what? Let's get them up on the stage at gala dinner and get them to do some press-ups. So, Stuart, I don't know if they've told you that you and I, for charity on the evening, we're going to do a press-up challenge.
Oh.
I reckon I'll do at least 3 to 4. You do the other 97. We'll do 100% between us. Kat's got our outfit signed up, apparently. So she's got headbands or whatever, I don't know. But the idea really is that we're going to raise lots of money, hopefully. So, Stuart, what we're going to do is during the day of conference, our profiles will be up there. So if people want to donate, if we've got 450 people on the day and you all donate £1, £450 straight off the bat, before we even started. Then we'll get them in a room, Stuart, on the evening. We'll ply them with lots of alcohol. We'll get them celebrating. And then we'll try and get another £500. So come on, target is £1,000 at least for day and night. It's an amazing charity. It's impacted, I'll be honest, I think it's impacted everybody. This is the research that hopefully stops this horrible thing at some points, in our lifetimes, hopefully. But Stuart, you've inspired us to do this. Myself, foolishly, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Stuart said every day we will track our progress. I'm not going to be foolish as with Stuart to post on Instagram, but we will post some of my progress. I have no idea when I'm going to do press-ups, but I'll tell you what, I won't be doing it in Lidl car park in the middle of But look, it's amazing. It really is a great charity. One of the things we'll do during the evening and the gala dinner is we'll have probably some banners and we'll talk about, what this money goes towards. Stuart, from your standpoint, we'll make sure your funding page is there, and so is myself and the APA's one as well. And just remind everybody, it's 100 every day. Now, Stuart made that to me when he was talking about, you can do 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon. Don't matter if you do 10, Stuart, you're still going to do 10. There's 10 lots of 10. You're still going to do 100. I tried one yesterday and I was out of breath and I had to sit down for an hour. So,
Jamie, this is why I got my sports gear, and I had a little practice this morning. Do you know what I mean? I thought I got all the gear, but I've got no idea. Trust me, I'll tell you.
But look, everybody, if in the chat, I can see lots of you commenting. Hopefully, you all agree this is an amazing charity, an amazing fit that we're going to try and do, myself and Stuart, along that way for the month. Please check in with Stuart. He's got his Instagram, he's got his LinkedIn. We'll share all that stuff. Check in with ours as well. Check in with our progress through the month. And it's a reminder, really, of that accountability, Stuart. We were talking just before we came on live. The wonderful Patsy Christian has held us both accountable. Yeah. She's on fire at the moment. She's posting every day. She's inspiring us. She inspired me the other day. Look, she said, be accountable. And I thought, yeah, I'll try that tuxedo on. Didn't quite fit. So I was in the gym trying to, get myself into shape a little bit. So I've got Patsy to thank for the accountability bit. And I've got you to thank or blame for this 100-day challenge thing. We're either going to be beefcakes in 31 days, Stuart. Why couldn't they have chosen February with 28 days? I don't know. 31 days in October. But we're either going to be beefcakes by October, or we're going to be looking a little bit older and a little bit different, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, looking forward to it. So, Stuart, everybody, I'll put a few of the comments in a second. Conference and gala dinner. We haven't talked to you about that. So each year you've been, I don't think you've missed any of our conferences, in fairness. I think last year at gala dinner. So for the people, because it's Kat and I, we bang on about this, and we tell them how brilliant it is. So for anybody who's not attending or hasn't booked their ticket yet, or anybody that's new, post in the comments at the side. I've never been, and tell us in the comments if you've been to a conference or not been to a conference, and tell us some of your thoughts in the comments at the side. Stuart, your view. Tell us a little bit about what your view of last year's gala dinner was, please.
The dinner? Oh, wow. It was like going to a West End show. I'm telling you, you couldn't. Luckily, I was at one of the front tables. I had a fantastic through. I think we had singing, we had dancing girls, we had a poem from Gemma Durham. I think the whole point is that it was our first year. Well, we're a community, we're a family, right? So it's our first year of doing it, right? And I think for me, it was that celebration of, whilst we had awards at the end of conferences. I think just going to that place, having a few glasses of wine, having a chat with that person who you maybe don't know, who's sitting next door to you, and talking about what you do and how you and the people you've met during the day, and then seeing the awards and celebrating success. I think, you know, we don't celebrate enough, right? For me, as I'm getting a bit older, I'm getting a bit more less party, but you know, for me, I think celebrating success is a massive thing, and I think we need to make sure that, you know, we show what is possible, and the awards dinner shows people what is possible in terms of what you can achieve in your careers. And I think for me, seeing that whoever wins in all those different categories, I think it's a fantastic story. And then what I like to do as well is actually, you know, bit of networking and reaching out to people. You know, like I said, I was in Jersey the other day. I caught up with Scott. He told me his story, and then there's always things that you can learn. So it's a learning experience as well. It's not just a day of celebration. During the day we learn, we hear stories with these panel discussions about what's going on. So for me as well, you know, that whole thing around putting a face to a name, you know, you're not just a face on a LinkedIn post, and actually saying, I know that person. That's one that it makes it just sort of break down those barriers. And I think for me, you know, having the opportunity to talk to, and I like to talk, as you know, talk to the individuals and meet up with people, I think it's a fantastic opportunity. So if you got the opportunity to go, 100% go. I think I was talking to somebody last night, Jamie, actually. He wants a free ticket, so I need to talk to you about that after. But anyway, but if you want to go, make sure you get yourself there, because, you know, it is a great event. So, and again, that's why I keep coming back, and that's why I love this community so much, and keep trying to do what I can do to raise the profile and contribute in any way that I can.
Perfect, sure. And look, Jackie Harris sums it up really well. We do have the return of the weatherman. Now, I'm hoping when he turns up, Des Coleman turns up from ITV, he brings better weather. Because this rain, I think we're all fed up with this weather, this rainy season. If you're watching this back on repeat and you're in the US, you're in Europe, or you're anywhere in the world be aware that we are just being drowned at the moment. We are literally, it's apocalyptic at the moment. It's rain. Des, if you're watching, I know you watch us, Des, please bring some good weather with you. He will be on stage. He will be our MC for the evening gala dinner. And I've been told, Stu, I think I remember, he gyrated a little bit on stage. I don't know what that means, but as two 50-year-old men, mate, I'm sure we'll have to, you know, work out what twerking and all that malarkey was.
You know, my hips, I've got no hip flex, Jamie. I'm stiff as a board.
We'll have no shoulders or arms by the time the 31st of October comes, mate. Right, look, we're going to sort of wrap up around now. Thank you so much for everybody sort of coming in today. Just to remind everybody, Kat, just remind us of some key dates on awards, if you don't mind.
Yep. So Friday, the 4th of October, we will be doing another APTV around lunchtime to announce the brands who are in the finalists for our awards, which will be followed in the coming days with an email from me with some more specifics.
Thank you. And look, if you haven't got your ticket, we just give away freebies. Just like on here, just ask me for a freebie. If you haven't already got your ticket and you are a finalist, a shortlist, whoever, for gala dinner, look, it's the best time of the year. Stuart said it's like a West End show. It is. It's like a Taylor Swift concert. It's like I don't know, someone of our age is Stuart, someone a little older concert. But it's a full day of inspiration, content. And the most important part about a conference and gala dinner, it's the peer-to-peer networking. I'm doing a little bit of a keynote at the beginning, which is something I've not done before. And I'm going to talk very personally about how the association was created, what that means to us and how it grew, and more importantly, about the power of a network. And that's what I'll be talking around when we open the conference. So if you've never been, you're missing out. You really are. I see lots of other conferences, and I see some amazing conferences. I was a few earlier this year, but ours is super special because we really do look after an industry that's been unrecognised for such a long time. Mm-hmm. And Stu, I don't know if you know that next year, as we close out today, next year will be our 10th anniversary. So the AP Association was the inception of the association was 2015. Our very first conference was 2017, which you were there, front row, Stuart. I remember you being there. So although we started in 2015, our first conference was 2017. We were effectively an online business. We were trying to build the brand and get people aware. So next year, big celebration. We've got bigger plans next year, I guess, but we can't cap what we're already planning this year, Kat. We've blown the budget. We've blown the numbers. I don't know. I'm off to being here in a bit to get some deck chairs.
Did I hear, Jamie, that it's potentially going global? We're doing a bit of a world tour because it's the 10th anniversary.
Listen, don't look. It tells all our secrets, doesn't it? We will do a world tour at some, no doubt. So yes, we are looking at doing some more international stuff. So if you're watching this from other regions and other areas around the world, you never know. We might be visiting you soon. So Stuart, final words. Kat, we'll have to give him some final words, I suppose. We've got less than 5 minutes. Any final words from you, young man?
I think get involved in the community, get your ticket to the conference, support us all, post, comment, do what you can to, and obviously educate yourself. I mean, you know, AP Association is about education. Educate ourselves. We've got head of education here. You know, growth mindset. Grow. I think my motto for today is in this wet and blustery day. But yeah, I think get involved and do yourself a favour and just get involved in AP, because we're a great family, great bunch of people.
Absolutely, couldn't have said it better. Kat, any final words before we close out for today?
How am I supposed to follow that? No, just as reiterate what Stuart said, it's all about the network, it's all about the community. To see the way it's grown in the few years I've been involved is just absolutely phenomenal, and I've certainly have like to think I've grown in confidence because of the community kind of bolstering me, supporting me, kicking my bum when I needed my bum kicked. People know who they are when I say that. So yeah, and yeah, look forward to seeing people on the finalist announcement next week.
Finalists next week, and just a reminder, because we forgot to say this bit, the October conference is on 15th of October, Tuesday the 15th of October in Birmingham. Stuart, we've got to do it, mate. Let's do the gun show before we go. Come on. There you go. Remember, it's all for a great charity. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Kat. See you all next week for the live announcement. Thanks all.
Bye-bye.